How different were those pieces compared to what the final score was? What were kind of the big swings you were taking, and what eventually was right for this story in terms of style and tone?
Yeah, luckily, most of the stuff that I was really proud to present ended up making it at the end, in some shape or form
Oh,
in the
wow.
footage somewhere. Yeah, yeah, and I'm super super happy about that. I think one of the early things that I tried was uh, some sort of percussion-y feel, like almost like I what I was trying to think in my head was, how do I make the score sounding like we are in a stadium rooting for these guys?
Yeah.
So I some of the initial music was very very percussion heavy, almost like drum liney sounding, and I recorded a bunch of brass at that point, um, saxophones and trumpets, and that was all good, but I haven't figured out the emotional part yet.
Right.
So I went ahead and I took as an inspiration Bon Iver. Um,
Hmm.
and this is kind of it's partly personal preference, but every time I listen to his music, there's a lot of like there's like an anthemic
Yeah.
quality to it. And that applies. There's reason for that. There's like technical reasons to why it sounds like that, but ultimately it's very inspirational. It's very uh, uplifting, and it's just
Yeah.
sounds amazing. So I wanted to create something that sounded more or less in that vein. So I'm a saxophone player, and I'm really excited to put saxophone in my score whenever I can. So one of the biggest swings was creating this saxophone piece. It's called Behind the Goal, and it's track number 1 in the
Yeah.
album. And the saxophone is actually being processed through a vocoder. It's like a pedal vocoder. So it sounds like multiple saxophones, but like they're not. The other voices are not very refined. So I'm using the mistakes and the imperfections of the machine, and a little bit also of my performance, because ultimately the story that we are telling here, it's a story of a small town,
Yes.
and they, Welsh people are very proud, especially of their football team. And so I was trying to somehow instill this, like, this is not perfect but it's amazing type of
Yeah.
feeling.